So I was talking to the folks over at Carnivore Bar, and they mentioned something called Pluck Spice, and I was like, "What is that? I never heard of Pluck Spice. I didn't realize it was your company's name, even though you were right next to it." But he talked about the organ meats and things, and I guess I just wanted to know more about it because it sounded interesting. I like to eat organ meat, but it's kind of hard to get where I feel like I can trust it. Like I don't buy a lot from the store. I'll get it from my rancher. When I get a whole cow done, I'll have the liver and I'll have them put the kidneys and the heart in the burger grind, so I can get those nutrients without having to figure out how to cook kidney.
You're identifying all the hurdles. So Pluck is actually a 15th century term for animal organs. So back in the day, they would say that when they slaughtered the animals, they would go, "You want your pluck with that," and they were referring to the organs.
Okay.
So that's just an old term. We're just trying to bring it back. But you're identifying all the hurdles. So one is people think it's gross, or they don't know how to cook it, or they don't know how to source it, and usually it's all of them.
Yeah.
And so so first and foremost, I'm a chef of 20 plus years. I used to cook for a bunch of celebrities, and I've always been about people's health. But then I became a father, and it was like, okay, now it's serious. Like, it's not just about helping everyone, it's about helping my kids and me, and make sure I'm around long enough to watch them grow old.
Yep.
And so then it's about, well, what are the most nutrient-dense foods? And anyone can search it. It's like, you can do a search, like, and what comes up usually is, so you'll see salmon, you'll see like kale, you'll see blueberries, you'll see beef, and usually if it's a good list, it will show beef liver. Hands down, beef liver, every marker they're checking, it's in beef liver. Every other food, there'll be something it doesn't have. So beef liver is hands down the most nutritious food, but then how do we get it in people's diets? Because here in America, people aren't eating it. Something like 95% of Americans are nutrient deficient, but we're not calorie deficient.
That's for sure.
Big distinction, right?
Yes.
So it's not about we're not eating enough food, it's about the foods we're eating. And what's fascinating when you start digging into like the meat industry, I was in Wyoming at a slaughterhouse. I was able to straight up ask them, I said, so how much of the animal are you using and how much are you not? He said, well, we use about 51%. Okay, so the rest is the organs and all that. He said, yeah. I said, so what are you guys doing with that? He said, well, we don't have an outlet for it, so we throw it out. I don't think they're abnormal. I think this is
probably the norm,
Yeah, this is the norm. People assume it's going to pet food. They assume it's going to some other industry. But what's fascinating, think of it from a business standpoint. So you have a resource, the cow. Why would you waste 50% of that resource? Ancestrally, we never would have wasted.
Right.
That's a luxurious concept to say, I'm going to kill a cow, but I'm only going to use 50% of it, and then I'm going to turn, when I'm nutrient deficient and I'm not feeling well, I'm going to turn to the supplement industry and invest my money there. It's like, but the organ meats are considered Mother Nature's multivitamin. They have all the nutrients that you're finding in those supplements.
And most of that stuff you just pee out anyway.
Totally.
The stuff from
and
the
this stuff is bioavailable, it's nutrient rich, it's the way Mother Nature intended, so it's paired with the nutrients that are going to support absorption. And we're literally throwing it down the drain. So I was like, how can I help people get this in their diet? Particularly as a father, how can I help my kids get this and not have it be a fight, not have it be this thing where I make pate and then no one eats it, So it was like, I just used my chef brain to kind of be like, okay, how do I make it taste good? And then I used my father heart to be like, how do I make it easy? Because as a father and a parent, I don't want to be hard.
Right.
So I came up with Pluck.
Yeah.
And Pluck is basically, we took freeze-dried powdered organ meats, because that is a modern technique of preservation. And let's face it, you got to preserve organs because they don't last long.
Right.
And you're either, you have them refrigerated and they don't last long, or you have them in the freezer and then you're intimidated to cook them. So freeze drying, it maintains the nutrients at a high level, but it's preserved. Like freeze-dried powdered organ meats will last for 2 years. It's just no moisture in it.
Yeah.
So you take 100% organ meat, you freeze dry it, it goes down to about 21%. So it's crazy concentrated, first of all. So we took that, liver, heart, kidney, spleen, and pancreas, 5 organs. We put it with salt, and we put it with organic spice and herbs. So now it's as easy as salting your food.
Yeah.
And for the people that are like, oh, but how much am I really getting? I'm like, well, first of all, you're getting micronutrients, so micro dosing frequently, because that's what I want people to focus on.
Yeah, you don't want a big bunch of it at once like I
Exactly.
usually do when I eat a pound of liver over a couple of days.
Yeah.
You want something that's going to be spread out over time.
Exactly.
And you don't want to overdo it either, because you can get too much of some things.
Exactly. You get it. And I think it's a very American concept for us to go like, go big or go home. It's like, no. Think about the things, like we want health to be lifestyle.
Right.
We want it to be long term. Anything that's extreme is never long term.
Right. Needs to be optimal.
Exactly. So that's why, to me, this is a no-brainer. Like, as a father, if we, every parent has that day that where it's like, it goes sideways, we're getting pizza. No problem. We'll sprinkle it on the pizza. Now I just got organ meats to my kid. Like, to me, that's a win. If for the people that are like, no, here's the deal. I really want to know. I want to control how much I'm getting. I know that I'm anemic or something like that. We also offer just the organ meats.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of carnivores that would go for that because they don't do spices yet.
Totally. So the carnivores, what they do is they take Pluck Pure and they add it with smoked salt, and it just brightens all the food and gives some.
Sounds like something I would do.
Oh, it's so good. You got to try it. It's so good.
I put smoked salt on the carnivore bar.
Yep. I love smoked salt. Clearly you do too. It's so good. Literally just do 50-50 or mix it however you want, whatever, follow your taste buds. But what's nice about this is it does add depth, but it's 100% nutrition. So a teaspoon of this is equal to 2 ounces of organs.
That's good.
It's very concentrated.
That's good, and you're not overdoing it every day.
No.
That's fantastic.
So I always tell people,
how much do they cost? Where can they get them?
So you can go to our site, eatpluck.com. We have lots of ways to save. So I'll be honest, we actually penalize you if you just want to buy it once. So that's the highest price. If you subscribe, it immediately goes down to 20%. So then now it's down to 28-ish or something like that. And then if you buy more than one, then it goes down even more. So we're trying to reward you for eating it lifestyle, because it only works if you eat it.
Yeah.
And so we're actually trying to not only kind of model like, hey, you got to use it to benefit. So subscribe, and we're rewarding you if you follow through. That's kind of our principle right now.
I understand.
Because we are not just about a one-off. We are truly trying to help people, and I believe organ meats are what's missing from our diet. We have other things coming, like you can see in the background, Pure Brain is coming. It's cinnamon has the brain, so we're going to be getting brain into people's diets. We're going to have a men's virility one in 26 that's going to have the testicles in it. We're going to have a women's fertility one that's going to have the ovaries. We're going to be adding lungs. So we're like all about nose to tail, and we truly believe that most health ailments are due to nutrient deficiency. So if you get the nutrients in your diet, a lot of health ailments will just disappear.
I know my mother grew up eating brains and eggs as a regular thing. I tried to get the brains last time I had a cow slaughtered, and they wouldn't let me get them.
Here in the U.S., it's on the USDA no sale list. That there are some conversations about why. They will say it's because of mad cow. If you actually look at the numbers, the amount of people that were affected, it's very low.
Yeah.
So this idea that mad cow is so plentiful, I've heard, and I can't verify this, I've heard it's because the pharmaceuticals use it.
It's another reason, or another situation where we threw the baby out with the bathwater. That's what I look at it as.
Totally. But we get ours from New Zealand. New Zealand has never had mad cow. It's a very clean source. And I gotta tell you, I'm like jazzed. I cannot wait for this product, and I'm not sure why.
Would you be able to sell it in the States?
Oh yeah, because it's coming as a dietary supplement.
Awesome.
So we're getting around it. But I don't know, this just goes to show you, like, I don't know why I am so excited about the brain. I did not grow up eating brain.
Because it's being held back, that's why.
I guess so. There's something punk rock about, like, we're getting you guys brain. And brain is crazy expensive too. Like, I can't even, it's insanely expensive, but we're gonna try to make it, we're gonna try to do our best to make it really doable for people. But I had someone test it in their coffee, so they were putting the cinnamon brain in there. They usually do cinnamon in their coffee, and they swear that they felt more focused. And what they did was they pulled it out of their coffee and then just went back to straight cinnamon, went back to feeling normal. Then they brought it back in and they like felt it again. They're like, there's something about this concept. It's a very ancestral concept. Like supports like. The organ you're eating is the organ you're supporting.
Yeah. Well, I get a lot of people that push back, like on the cost of the carnivore bar or the cost of something like this maybe. But I think the problem is the fact that we have grown to be used to buying things with our money that are substandard. because everything has gotten cheaper. You remember you could buy furniture was made of wood. Now it's compressed cardboard.
You're right.
So you see all these videos of people climbing on their furniture and it collapses because they grew up in a world where you could climb on the furniture and it wouldn't collapse.
I never thought about it. You're
So everything has been cheapened down. So when you get something that's all organ meat, and it's dehydrated, so you've taken all the moisture out, you've reduced the content down to something small, and you say $28 or $29 or whatever it is, that's a lot of money. It only is because we've ruined our monetary supply.
Totally.
Not because this is expensive or you're overcharging for it. It's just that you're paying for what you get, or you're getting what you pay for.
And this ends up lasting you about 2.5 months. So when you break it down to actual serving, I think it ends up, when you get our full savings, we can get it down to about 15 cents a serving. We sell a big bag, a bulk bag. I think when you buy that one, it's about 15 cents a serving.
Okay.
Like, so to me, it's like, that's not much. I mean, that's less than a phone call from back in the day, right?
Yeah,
it's
well,
like,
when I think of a serving of ribeye, which I'd like to have every day if I could, you're talking $20. So.
Yeah, and Philip of Carnivore Bar made this point when I had him on my podcast. He made a really good point. He's like, okay, ancestrally, we used to spend most of our day foraging or trying to eat our food, right? So if you think of it from that perspective, or even back in the day when we were paying for food, it was close to like 70% of your salary or whatever it was going to your food.
Yeah, well, that was the primary driver, food and shelter.
People were healthier then, right? Mm-hmm. Food was simpler.
Right.
So this idea that only 20% of your salary should be going, so right now we're like kind of discombobulated, right? We're like, I would offer that maybe 40 to 60% of our salary is going to tech stuff, like all these luxuries, and then we're trying to put 20% on our health and our well-being. It's like, that should be reversed.
We got our priorities a little mixed up, that's for sure.
And I tell people, look, this will replace your seasonings and your supplements.
The seasonings aren't cheap either.
No.
I mean, they're not $29, but they also don't have that much nutrition in them.
Well, you know what? Okay, what's the first ingredient of most seasoning blends? Starts with an S.
Most seasoning starts with an salt?
Yes.
Okay. Katie's giving me clues.
Salt. It's salt.
I thought it was going to be something bad. That's why salt's my favorite.
Salt is the cheapest ingredient. That's why they do it. So when you buy any blend, first ingredient is salt, cheap ingredient, so they're getting more profit. So what they're really giving you is salt with some seasonings. Pluck, salt is like the third or fourth ingredient. We are giving you seasonings with salt. Organ meats are the second ingredient. So this is truly like flavor-centric, health-centric. The salt, a lot of times people have to add a little bit more salt, because I'd rather have you add salt than give you too much and then you feel like, it's too salty, because the reality is our palates can pick up subtleties, but most of the time when you're eating, frankenfoods or ultra-processed foods, you're basically getting too much salt or too much sweetener. So your palate is constantly blown out. This one has no salt. This is
I was going to say there's no.
This one is no salt, nothing. That's just organ meats, but this one has salt. Oh wow, we're already sold out of everything. Too. We have all these other flavors, but we're sold out of everything today, so it's going well.
Well, that's the one I'm interested in.
Yeah,
anyway.
This one, but dude, this smoked salt, you're gonna like it.
Okay.
Smoked salt.
Tell me about the thing I heard about your experience on
Shark Tank.
Shark Tank.
Yeah. Shark Tank.
I'm gonna have to look that video up. Is it out there?
Yeah, this season, I think it's 16. I think.
Okay.
It's either 16 or 17, whatever the most recent season.
But it was just 4 weeks ago, I heard.
No. Yes, you're right. A month ago. Yep. Yeah. That was an amazing experience. I just am so grateful. Shark Tank is a pro entrepreneur, pro small business. They're helping to really promote just the mentality of business and helping kids learn what it takes to be in a business. Mm-hmm. And I am super excited because we got on there, we got massive exposure, and it's supporting people and just educating them on organ meats. Now, we did not get a deal, but that's okay. I didn't go on there to get a deal. I went on there to expose the mission, which is we can really basically help our health. We can support our well-being by eating the whole animal. That we should not, eat only muscle meat and then go to supplements. Like, eat the whole animal, feel how good you can feel, and then if something's still going on, you get tested, then go to the supplements. But let's go to Mother Nature first.
What was their reason for turning you down?
So Chip and Joanna Gaines were guests on there. They got it because they're farmers, or they have a farmland at least. They got it. They were like, this is brilliant, but they didn't understand food products. So they were like, we get this is brilliant, but we don't know what we can do for it because we don't understand this space. The other sharks, they were questioning health. They didn't understand the organ meats were healthy. And then one of them did, but he was questioning the evaluation. But I was like, well, make me an offer. Like, I don't care. Like, give me a different valuation. But I was like very adamant that I wanted to expose the message, and I wanted to show people like, we can make organ meats taste good. You just got to think outside the box, and that's what I did.
Did they try them?
Yes, and they loved it. And they even said, even Mr. Wonderful said, well, I'll buy this. They all said I would eat this. I would buy this.
They didn't want to invest in it because they didn't think that meat was going to be a good moneymaker.
Exactly. But here's the thing. Everyone that's watching it, that's seen it, they're going, these sharks are idiots. And I agree, because here's the thing. You talk to Will Harris of White Oak Pastures. I just saw him yesterday. Even he's like, James, it's crazy. We're selling all our organ meats now. And I'm like, I know. When we started 5 years ago, our sales that first year were like 300,000. Next year was 600. Next year after that was like 900. Like, we keep doubling, tripling, doubling. I think next year we're going to triple. Like, we are showing that people are getting turned on to organ meats. I knew it was going to be slow because we created a brand new product.
Yeah.
It's a brand new category. People have to be like kind of converted to it. They have to be educated.
Well, they've been lied to for a long time about meat, so I mean, I can't blame them.
I'm in it for the long haul. I truly want to help people get healthy. I believe Mother Nature provides. We just got to get in our diet. I believe this is the easiest way to do it. I don't believe it's the only way, though. Like, this is a starting point. Like, I want you to cook organs.
Especially in this country, we need easy.
Yeah.
Because we've tried to jam everything into our day. All the conveniences that we have forced us to fill all of that time with something. So now we're just running 24 hours a day, except for when we fall asleep at night, you know?
Totally.
Yeah,
and I cannot stress enough as a parent, my kids they choose to put it on things. Like,
there you go. You want your kids to eat organ meat?
Like my kid, that's really is, like, you think about it, how do we help kids? So health, this is a whole other level. I didn't know we were going to talk about this, but I think it's important to share. Like, how do we pass forward health? We want to make sure that it's not just our kids that get healthy, it's their kids, and we keep passing forward this health. How do we do that? It has to be part of the conversation. When we take supplements, where do you take a supplement? I take it either in my bathroom or in the corner of my kitchen, and I do it alone. There's no conversation.
Right.
When you have Pluck, and you're not telling your kid, like, hey, you can't eat that mac and cheese, because that scares them. That's their safe food, that's their comfort food, right?
Right.
They don't want to be threatened. They want to feel safe, and they want to know, hey, I'm in control of what's going in my mouth, right? They do want to be, you should challenge them, but you don't want to remove the safety.
Yeah.
What I love about Pluck is that I don't have to, you still eat that mac and cheese, go ahead. But I'm going to sprinkle this on there, and now let's have a conversation. Do you like it? I do like it, Daddy. Great. Well, guess what? It's animal nutrition. You know why animals are so gorgeous? It's because the sun has the sun is giving energy and power, and it feeds that grass. But we don't eat that grass. Cows eat that grass. So when those cows eat that grass, it goes through their 4-chamber stomach, and they process it into their meat. And now we can get the power of the sun and the nutrients of that grass in us. And it's a beautiful synergy, cyclical relationship of honoring that animal, because guess what? We're eating the whole animal, and that is honoring that life. And now we bring it to the table, you know?
I love that. All right. Well, hey, James, I appreciate you sharing the story, and I'm going to have to definitely try some of this out, and maybe some folks out there will want to try some out now that they know where they can get it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad I came to this.
Extra, could we maybe get some grease or fat?